Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be about the project of making my sandbag wall. And I have all the bags filled up now. We had 8,000 pounds, that's 4 tons of sand, and they filled up actually a little bit more than 200 sandbags, which is more than I estimated that I needed anyway. And I was glad that I got the extra 2,000 pounds or the extra ton of sand. 2,000 pounds is 1 ton, so in United States weights and measures. Anyway, so basically, I've discovered that I can actually make exactly what I want with a wall of sand in a single stack. I don't need to stagger each individual wall because a sandbag can be mushed together. Unlike the cinder blocks in the background there, you can mush a sandbag to fit into a block square better, than if you're staggering them, because what you end up with is a weak construction on the wall. And the reason I'm talking about that is some of these bags are sideways. Every other row is a sideways bag, and that was the idea behind that, was to allow me to go ahead and make a wall that is the same width. Okay, so I was trying to get a wall at the same width, and then make it 4.5 or 5 feet high, about that area. I also wanted one wall in front of another wall, and then I'm going to make a shorter wall in front of that. Okay, plus all of this concrete down here needs to be covered up with sandbags. I can't have any concrete showing in this direction. I can have concrete showing behind, and I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, so what I'm going to do with the wall is I'm going to make the first wall. I'm just going to stack them straight up, pack them into a nice square cube. Then the wall behind that, I'm going to stagger the bags so that they look, and this is accidental, but it's a nice example, so that the bags are going to be staggered kind of like that. But they're all going to be packed in. There's going to be no air spaces or anything in there. I'm going to pack them in, basically kind of hammer them with my hands and stuff, or a hammer, and just hammer them into place. And there's another, that's where I discovered that, with that little tiny wall right there that I'm taking apart. That is where I was playing around with the shaping of the sandbags in order to get what I want. Now, that set of bags is going to be in front of 2 walls, and they're going to be stacked up, not like this, far more professionally. They're going to be stacked up in a single stack here, across. Another wall behind that, staggered behind that, and then there's going to be an airspace behind those 2 walls, or 3 walls actually, and then I'm going to make a wall of cinder blocks, but there's going to be a gap. And you see a broom here in the picture. It's because I like to keep things nice and clean to the best of my ability, so I need to be able to clean in here with my air blower or a broom or something like that. There's going to be a gap there. So we'll show you that in the final project when everything gets together, and after we do some experimentation with it and everything, and see how everything works and turns out. And I'll talk about that in finer detail, all right? But anyways, that's the sandbag thing. I've actually, because I staggered the first 2 walls, they're in the wrong place too, right? I was going corner to corner, which is not where I actually want them to be. I needed to plan for the front, and I needed to plan for the back, and I didn't quite do that well enough. So I'll be reworking the walls to make sure that I get exactly what I want, how I want it, and specifically where I want it and where I need it to be for safety and all that kind of stuff, right? So we'll talk about that and the other thing, but I just want to talk about the sandbags are all filled. Got 200 sandbags in 8,000 pounds of sand. That's 4 tons, 200 plus sandbags full, and each weigh about 40 pounds. All right, so that's the math and any ideas on that. So that's the next step on the project. And now I will be moving this 4 tons of sand around until I get it exactly how I want it. And then we are going to Misdemeanor. My wife Misdemeanor and I are going to figure out how many cinder blocks we need, the size and shape and all that, the consistency of those, so that we can make that wall behind the sandbags as well, all right? So with that, that's going to wrap this up. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, like this video, make a comment below, let me know you came by to say hi, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate the growth on the network. Until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.